restart it. Well, it wouldn't like load anything. So like I reset my computer and then it was like Windows Update,
Oh
and I was like
no.
motherfucker.
Oh shoot. Yeah.
So actually like I had to give my stream key to Pig, and Pig
Uh-huh.
hosted it.
Are
So
you serious?
yeah,
Holy crap.
so it was, and then like, and he didn't have any of like the layouts or anything, so it was literally just a fucking Skype call, like for the stream. But I don't know, it worked, I guess. So, but yeah, we are live now. If you guys want to hit the Twitter and then tell everyone in the Discord, like,
Buddy.
hey, get the fuck on live. Gonna talk some shit.
Did you make a tweet?
I'm about to. I'm really slow right now. Kaboosh SC at Travis Yang. Does Rival have their own Twitter or no?
Like Rival Gaming Pro?
Is that what it is? Oh yeah, there it is. And Sloth esports Pro.
Off Pro. Off.
Yeah, I got the right one. I shouldn't say other shit, maybe other stuff.
This is so weird. I don't want to look at myself. This is cringy.
Dude, this is gonna be on /cringe.
Oh, don't say that. What would the title be if we were on r/cringe?
Whatever came.
Three guys.
Three
I
weebs on some weeb show.
Three weebs think they're important.
Yeah, I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, okay, well let's kind of get started here, boys. So welcome to this episode of Toast Talks Roundtable. We had a couple of fallouts. So it was supposed to originally be me, Penguin, Kaboosh, and Ricky from Dust. Ricky had to work. Penguin got the times wrong. So Travis was filling in. So thank you, Travis. We appreciate you. So this is Travis April Terran of Sloth Esports.
I'm Budget Ricky.
What's that?
Budget Ricky.
You're better than Ricky. Don't sell yourself short. And then we have Jake Kaboosh with us from Rival Gaming. What's up, man? Oh, we can't hear you.
Oh no.
Ah, shit.
The pain,
Yeah.
the pain expression.
He's.
Oh, I think Skype. I think if you go in Skype options, you can just set the mic. It may not have the right default.
Talk.
All right, how about now?
Now I
Yes.
can hear you. What's up, man?
There we go. All right, how's it going? Excited to be on.
Yeah, definitely excited to have you.
Was working in the pre-show, man.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but shit happens. Whatever. We're good now. So yeah, everyone, welcome to the roundtable talk. Our first topic that we wanted to get kicked off with was just talking about Dust League, since it was really supposed to have Ricky in here. So I think what are they? Are they still undefeated? Dust.
I believe so.
Okay. Now now you guys are going into the first round of playoffs, like within the next week, right?
This is the final week of the regular season coming up, and then I don't know if they plan on starting playoffs like immediately after. I know last season there was like a delay of a week or so.
Yeah.
But
And now you both have two teams in it, right? Like there's Rival A, Rival B, and then Sloth A, Sloth B, right? Perfect.
yep,
So who's in it for Rival? Is it just Rival A team?
yeah, our B team didn't do so hot this season.
Got it.
Wasn't expecting them to do super well, but it's fun to let them play.
Yeah. So who's all on the Rival A team that's going into playoffs?
We've got Cuddle Bear, Peppy, H Jax. I can't think right now. We have Ryuga. Give me one sec. Let me just pull up the roster so I don't have to think.
I know that's what Travis is doing right now. Travis is like, hang on, I gotta pull up the roster. I have no idea.
Kozan, Picker, Lightning, and run amok.
Got it. So that's a pretty solid team. Who's the ace of the A team?
Cuddle Bear.
Cuddle. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Cuddle God.
That's because
Cuddle God.
That's because he's from Minnesota, just like me.
You know what? I think that might be it.
It is what it is. Great talent comes out of Minnesota. So just saying. Okay, now Travis, what do you have? Is it just A, or I feel like B is actually doing better than A, right?
Yeah, we're in an interesting situation where.
How did this happen?
That's a good question. We've been asking ourselves that every week now. How did this happen?
Are you about to demote everyone on the A team to the B team and promote everyone from the B team to the A team?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
So it could happen.
It's a possibility.
So who? So okay. Well, I mean, I kind of know like the bigger names of Sloth are obviously on that A team.
Mm-hmm.
Are they out? Like they cannot make it in?
I haven't looked at the standings. We lost just this past week to Psystorm.
I thought they were on the cusp. I thought they were on the cusp.
Yeah, actually, our A and B team are pretty much fighting each other for the last spot.
Got it. Oof.
And we actually play the A team this weekend. This is the last match.
So it's going to be heated.
So I think if we beat the B team, we could get the spot. We would have like a higher map score.
Yeah.
But they would have a higher match score, like.
Okay.
In terms of overall.
So well, who's on the B team, since we want to give them credit since they're the ones that are winning?
B team, there's been a couple people that have sort of like carried the season. Mm-hmm. You got Jamilian, Rhino the captain, or Early as he goes by, OMG Banana, Tag You're Pregnant, Mick Monroe. Those are all like really big, the big hitters, and that's I think who they play mainly.
Who else is on the B team though?
Who else is on the B team?
Yeah.
Kawaiian's on the B team. He hasn't played much this season because he's working and he had some injuries.
I think there's one other person that you left out.
Oh God.
I think you live with them.
Oh, well, Kavker's on the A team, but he's been loaned to the B team for the season duration.
Right. Well, that's what I was talking about because I knew he was on the B team.
Yeah.
At least their roster for right now. So, well, fair enough. So right now we both have a squad, and you've got Rival A, and you've got Sloth B in. Rival A, Sloth B. Yep.
Bad, man.
And then above you, who are we looking at for the biggest competition? So you've got Dust at the top slot, and then you've got Psystorm A team, right?
Yep.
And then you have Root.
Revolution.
Team. Oh, Revolution as well. That's right.
And then you got Root down there in the 5th seed somehow.
Right. So, what is it with this league? Because this is supposed to be kind of an NA based league, right? But yet we see kind of like these Korean mercs kind of getting in here, and I don't know. Do you think it's like unfair? Like, do you think it should just like be like a true NA, or like it should be open, just not to Koreans, or at least not to like pro caliber Koreans, like on Revolution, or like Root.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, but yeah, I think in this case, right, because Dust, this is their league, right? Mm-hmm. So it'd be kind of shooting themselves in the foot if they didn't allow for that. So I can understand.
Are you saying that their only good players are Koreans?
I'm not saying that their only good players are Koreans. They have like other good players, like Starkiller, for example.
But that's the reason why they're undefeated, though.
I'm not sure if they've been playing the Koreans every match. Then of course you would say the Koreans are a large part of the thing. With no doubt, like those are really good Korean players. And, I'm not saying it takes away from the legitimacy of the wins, but I don't think you would be able to call Dust League at this point. You could call it maybe a North American based team league.
Okay.
But
it's not even because Bunny's not based. Well, I mean, I guess the team is, but like
because the team is.
Because you could make the argument like True should be able to play in it because he lives in the U.S. and he plays for Psystorm, right?
Right.
Or like when Hydra was on Rut, like that would make sense because he lived here.
Right, like same with WCS, like eligibilities.
Exactly. So I don't know, do you? But like from your perspective, do you think that should be changed or it should be kept?
For me personally, I think if like that's the way they want to run their team league, that's fine because they're still offering like a league, for the
Right.
scene.
Right.
But I personally, I would prefer maybe if another league stepped up or something, or a new league came out, that they tried another method. That way, you have Dust League where you have Koreans and
Sure. So
but
maybe
then you
that
have another.
maybe that like Dust League would be like the step up from that.
Sure, yeah, it'd just be two different environments,
Sure.
different bragging rights, different atmosphere.
Sure. Jake, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I mean, I still enjoy Dust League. And I understand why these teams want to play their Korean players. Like they invested in them.
Right.
They want to.
They want them to win.
They want the exposure. The thing I've been vocal about on Twitter is I think that there's a difference between like playing them first, like with the intention of all killing, like, oh hey, we're playing our Codes player first to beat some North American team.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. And I mean, I think like, for example, Psystorm. Like Psystorm very rarely, like they have True and Gumiho.
Right.
They very rarely play their Korean players early on.
Mm-hmm.
They'll save them for Ace.
Yeah,
Which I mean,
sure.
I think that's the more like elegant way to handle it. Instead of like letting your North American players actually play in the North American team league.
That's like an unspoken rule sort of amongst teams. You could say even without Koreans. Like for example, if we played Rival, we played Rival numerous times. We wouldn't. For example, if we had like Estrella or something, we wouldn't put Estrella in first. Sure, there's like tactical reasons for that, but also it's just that, it's just the sort of thing a sports thing to do.
Right, like, or if you like signed Innovation for some reason, you wouldn't just be like, "Hey, well, we're just gonna send out Innovation first every time." Like,
yeah,
because you want your other players to like get a shot, right? Like, you want to show, like, you want them to improve because you want to get them to that higher level. You don't want to just a rollover every time. Like, where's the fun in that for anyone?
Right. Even then you're talking about what's the objective of your team. Is it to support NA players or is it just to let a Korean play team
win? Like, you just want to donate money. So
exactly.
No, that's a good point. So I don't know. That being said, how are you guys feeling going into the playoffs? Like, where are you at? Like, who are you scared of? Like, who are you confident against? Let's start with Jake.
It's gonna be kind of weird this last week because the seeding is really going to be important. Like, obviously, we're hoping to dodge Dust, Psystorm, and Revolution in the first round. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's even possible at this point, but yeah, like Psystorm B is pretty high up there, and no disrespect to Psystorm B, but I feel like that's our best shot going into the first round.
Right. And do you feel like if you can beat them, like you can go farther, like? Because Cuddle Bear has beaten some pretty high caliber players. Like
definitely.
He's been known to win and maybe games that he shouldn't.
No, yeah, he's definitely taken some games off of players who are definitely favored against him.
Yeah.
He took out Pet in our match versus Revolution, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And we definitely have players capable of taking games off of these Korean players. It's just not a situation we want to put ourselves in.
Right. Yeah, I understand. All right, Travis, what about you? Who are you confident going up against, and what are you thinking?
Well, I guess I'd have to speak on behalf of the B team at this point.
Well, you are the team manager, no?
That's true, sure.
You should speak for all.
Yeah, I suppose so. Going by seeding, most likely B team's going to play Dust, which is, not the ideal matchup we want. It's possible. Banana's taking games off True. Notably at Cheesadelphia, he took a game off him. And B team has, they took out Root this season.
I remember that game because after he beat him, he ate the banana.
Exactly.
It's
so,
like a BM.
Right. The B team has that underdog, that dark horse potential here. But you got to give Dust credit. They're 14-0 for a reason. It's going to be very hard. In terms of like ideal matchup or like closest skilled like we would play, I think either Rival or Psystorm Gaming B are like the two teams that would be like the most even matchup for our B team. Obviously, we aren't going to get that.
Who would be your ideal lineup for B right now? Like, let's say you guys get first choice, you get to pick first map. Like, who are you choosing to go out?
Who do we open with?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Maybe on Newkirk. Let's say the map's Newkirk.
On Newkirk? Well, Dust. I don't think they have very many Zergs. They don't play very many Zergs, right? I would play Banana if we thought there's a high chance there'd be a Zerg on Newkirk. But if it's like a high chance that it's going to be Protoss or Terran, then we might put Mick Monroe first or something. But yeah, it's tough because in like regular season matches, you're kind of saving your quote unquote better players or your snipers more for later. Right. But in a playoff match, sometimes that just goes all out the window, and you're just trying to like upset the momentum and just take that first win, and then like get the ball rolling on your side. So, I'm not sure.
For sure. No, that kind of makes sense. So I mean, that being said, then what about how do you, both of you? Neither of you kind of mentioned Root. Do you think either of your teams could have the potential to beat Root?
Root.
If they bring their full lineup, probably not. Their lineup that they've been sending each week for Dust League hasn't been their full like you very rarely see Hero or Kelazur.
Right.
It's more of like the NA lineup,
Nero,
which is which is still very strong, but definitely a lot more beatable than
more doable. You look at that and you're like,
yeah,
that's possible.
Mm.
Got it. Now, what are the other team leagues that you guys are playing in right now? Now, there's Alpha and then also Wardy, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, and where are we at in regards to both of those leagues? Like, is it the playoffs as well, as around the same time, or?
Yeah, we actually just lost to Sloth in the quarterfinals of Wardy Americas. Yeah,
gotcha.
So that was fun.
Well, you made it pretty far though. So that's good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like playoffs
is definitely a good run. Yeah, and then I don't know if you know your next opponent yet for Sloth.
In Americas, we play Root tomorrow actually. So.
Oh, nice.
Supposed to be today, like right after this show, but they had to reschedule last minute, so tomorrow it is.
Cool.
Gotcha.
Gonna be tough.
And then what about for Alpha?
So Alpha is a pro league style map. Like there's like 2 or 3 matches a week, something like that, and the map pool is on like really old maps, like HOTS maps. So I know like last week we had like Frozen Temple, Coda, Sejong.
Oh yeah, I think I heard
and stuff like that.
I think I heard Penguin talking about this. Oh yeah, because I think he was casting for it for some reason, and I was watching it, and he was talking about that how the maps are stupid. He's like, I don't know why anyone would use this map pool.
It's fun to play in, but I mean, like our players aren't practicing on these maps. There's different like cheeses that just people don't expect. So like it's just for fun.
Yeah,
something fun to do a few times a week.
Absolutely. So, so that being said, I think I kind of asked Jake. You said the best person on Ravel right now you think is Cuddle.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And then Travis, who's the best person that plays for Sloth? Like who is your number one player? Is it Raze?
I don't want to hurt people's feelings here.
Well, there has to be a best. I mean,
I would say Raze.
You think? What about game time though?
Game time's pretty good too.
I
think Raze is more.
I guess.
Go ahead.
I would go with Raze. I think Raze all around in all matchups. I think he's got a slight edge.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat said Cybercat.
Cybercat? He left.
Cybers are a sniper.
Oh, is he a merc for you? Is he a merc for you guys?
Yeah, we'll give him a call when we need someone taken out.
Because he's playing for F1 Pro right now, isn't he?
1F Pro, yeah.
1F Pro?
Yeah.
F1 Pro?
I don't think he's I don't know if he's actually playing in their clan wars and whatnot, but
got you.
I know he's sitting on the tag right now.
Got you. What about Rengen? Do either you guys have Rengen on as a merc?
Oh, Jesus. Was that a knife?
That was a knife. That was a really big.
Holy crap! That's.
Oh man.
That's not what we agreed on.
That's not what we.
It scared me for a second.
Oh, holy shit, Camker. Oh my god. Just like sneaks in with a knife.
Like what if he actually stabbed me? Would that get front page Reddit, you think?
I think so.
No, it would come second to fucking a Day 9 post.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, this dude died in a live StarCraft 2 show. Yeah, but Day 9 said that he loves StarCraft, so...
Yeah. Boop. He made a tweet.
Upvote. Have my upvote.
He probably heard you say that you weren't Sloth, or that he wasn't Sloth's best player.
Yep, dude,
that's true.
You hurt his feelings. And
I guess for people that don't know, that's Camker, also my roommate.
Yep. That must be he must be interesting to live with, right?
Yeah, interesting. That's good.
He keeps it interesting, right?
Never a dull moment in the team ascension of the Sloth apartment.
And apparently you have to fear for your life now.
Yeah, I told you I shouldn't have said who was the best. You know?
So I guess we're not going to ask like who's about to get the axe then for each team. Maybe we'll skip that question for today.
Yeah,
I don't want to see Travis be killed. Okay, so that kind of wraps up kind of what I want to talk about as far as team leagues. Next, I wanted to hop into our next big event, which is going to be DreamHack Austin. So Jake, are you personally attending Austin?
Still up in the air right now. I'm trying to. Nothing set in stone yet.
Where are you located out of? I actually don't know.
I'm in California.
Okay, I gotcha. So that's what is that? Would that be a drive for you or a flight?
Probably a flight.
Okay, got it.
Not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. Because I feel like anywhere from Austin isn't awful. Austin's kind of a hub, so isn't terrible.
Wait, Jake, didn't you fly out to Cheesadelphia?
I did.
Okay, that's a long flight. I didn't realize. I thought you lived like close to on the East Coast or something.
Yeah.
Not. Unfortunately, not.
So, the next thing I wanted to ask then is so who are you planning on sending to Austin from Rival? Because I know that there was talks about sending a couple players, or who's attending.
Yeah, it's at a really terrible time of the year. It's April 28th through 30th, and so many people who attended last year have finals that week or the next week, and it just doesn't work out. So we're still kind of seeing. I know Cuddle Bear's going. A few other players are pretty borderline on if they're going to go or not, and we're still kind of waiting to see how it actually works out at that time.
Yeah. Well, and then we also have Psy Storm Cup the week before. Like that's supposed to happen that week. So, and I really haven't heard anything. Have you guys heard anything else on that like coming back?
It's just gonna be the normal.
Are they're gonna do it at the cave?
Smaller prize pool one. Yeah, okay. It's gonna be at the I forget cave. What the land. Yeah, exactly, the cave.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. I'm glad they're still gonna do it then.
Yeah, I heard KJ was trying to set up like a big car show with like models and stuff like that and going all out, but I guess that didn't work out this time.
He had it ready. Like he had everything approved, like the city and everything. And he even had it cleared with like the owner of the mall. But the manager of the mall was like, "Nope, not going to do it." Even though he had like this insurance policy, like apparently the lady was just a real bitch. Like she had no good reason to not want to do it. Like
these are like professional people who are like trying to set up an event.
I know.
And
I know. And apparently, she was like a total bitch about it. Had KJ run around, like do a bunch of shit just for her to tell him no.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, fuck you, lady. Like, see if we do anything with you.
I don't want your violent video games in my malls.
Oh my god.
Do you guys remember that clip of oh god, what's his name? The Terran player, Swedish player.
Jinro?
No. Oh god, what's
Swedish?
Oh my god, why can't I think of his name? He won a tournament, and then they had like two models like escort him to the stage. He was like really young, and they.
No,
what's his name?
That sounds funny though.
Oh, let me find it. I'm blanking on his name so hard right now.
Not Fire Cake, because he's Zerg.
You said this was recent?
No, it was years ago. I think like early Wings or in Broodor.
Was it Thorzane?
No, it wasn't Thorzane. He streamed a lot
Moro?
recently. He just quit. He like switched to Protoss and Legacy, and then he stopped
Neeb?
playing.
Was it
Sorry.
Moro?
I don't think it was. I don't think
Maro, yes.
Oh, it was.
Okay.
Yes.
No,
Okay,
I don't recall it, but okay, but explain so that he had these models like escort him up.
Yeah, after he won, and it was super cringe. It was awesome.
Was he like he like double ghost armed him?
Yep.
Like not touching him at all? The ghost arm? I love the ghost arm.
Did he try to like kiss one of them? And they're like, no.
Just like, oh, just kidding. That would be bad.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, going back to what we were saying before, so we know like Cuddle's going. Is it confirmed that anyone else is going then?
As of right now, I don't know if I know we have a few people going. I'm not sure who's actually playing in the tournament.
Got it. Okay, so some might just be there to be there. But
Yeah, definitely.
But Cuddle's going to be in. Okay, cool. Travis, what about you? Who's all headed down to play?
Yeah. We got 3 people that were very fortunate enough with Stefan's help. Sloth esports. We're able to fly down, raise. Not trying to diss rival or anything.
Yeah.
We're sending Game Time, Raise, and Poke Bunny are the 3 people that we were able to financially support. And then Creatures coming down, Kawaiian, Dolan, Daedra lives in Texas, he's gonna drive there. And Mick Monroe, I think, I have to like buy his plane tickets and work that out. So he'll be going. So we're gonna have 7 or 8 people there. And Torque is the B team manager, so he lives in Texas too. He'll be driving them. So
Okay,
we'll
nice.
have a big get together.
Nice.
Looks like.
I actually just Light VIP actually sent me the link for that picture, so I threw it up there for a minute so everyone kind of got to see it. It is a very
Wait,
cringy
what
picture
picture?
of
I was looking for it. I couldn't find it.
It'll show up on the stream if you
someone
guys watch
did.
the stream. It's oh my god, that is super cringeworthy. Holy shit! One of her faces, she's like smiling, but you can tell she's like, oh, like smile, just smile.
I'm not
through
getting
it.
paid enough for this.
Just smile through it. Exactly. Not. Do I have to sleep with him? Like, holy shit. Well, that's cool though. It's good that you're both sending people though. Like that's good that NA teams are sending people and they're going to be represented. We'll be in attendance too. Myself I'll be down there, so that'll be fun. So obviously Travis we've met. Oh wait, Travis, are you going yourself or no?
I'm same as Jake. I'm working on it.
Working on it. Got it.
I
Okay.
think I have an exam on the Monday, so.
Postpone it. Take it early.
Also that. Yeah, we'll see.
Take it early. Well, I'll hopefully, we'll see you guys down there then, because it's going to be, a really fun time. I'm super excited. I can't wait. Who do you think of the people that that are going to attend? Who do you think has the best shot right at this point in time?
I think Cuddle Bear. I mean, his online results are pretty good. He's one of the best Terrans in America right now, if not North America. So, I think he went to the last Austin, right? Last DreamHack Austin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I didn't watch the games or anything, but I think he had like a flop or something. He didn't make it that far. Maybe
Yes.
I think nerves. Obviously, a lot of stuff comes into play. It's a land situation, but I think now that he has the experience, I think he could make it pretty far from rival.
Yeah, the second group stage in Austin last year was really stacked. Like, it was really cool watching the first group stage because it was all pretty evenly matched, and then you had just kind of players getting seeded in against, like, a Laser and Bly and and all of that stuff, and it was just like, okay.
The luck of the draw, maybe.
Yeah. Good run.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was really, really big turnout from, like, the European scene last year. I'm wondering if we'll see kind of the same caliber of players playing out again.
Yeah,
I'd imagine so.
Hopefully, I really haven't heard a whole lot for like the official lineup, like on who's attending as far as like the top level people. But I assume we'll probably see like Meeb. I figure that would be a safe bet. Semper we'll probably see. Jon Snow. a couple of the dudes from Systrom. I mean, we'll probably see them, them in attendance. Yeah, Pili will probably for sure be there.
Travis, do you know if CSL is having their finals at Austin again?
No, they're not this year. They're gonna do them in Toronto, I believe, like 2 weeks afterwards.
Oh, that's
and
pretty
it'll
cool.
it'll be like they have like a theater, and it'll only be CSL events. So they're gonna do like all of the finals for all of their games there, I believe.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
that is cool.
Last year they flew out Rob and Rays and a few other people.
Yeah, we were kind of hoping they would do that again, but not this time.
Feels bad.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of what what I specifically wanted to talk to you guys about. Like I said, just as far as like what's happening, with the team leagues and stuff. I mean, that's kind of what you guys both had in common. Now I kind of want to open it up to just in general, StarCraft. Of what's going on. So let's start with I know maybe like GSL. You guys are both obviously pretty hyped here. We're going into the second semifinals on tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, yeah.
Yep. So all I'm gonna say about it is I don't want Sue to come in second place again. I can't handle it. Like I can't have him. Like you can't come.
It's gonna be his legacy, dude.
Dude, you can't come in second place 6 times. Like, please, don't do it.
Who was the other guy? The Terran was MVP, MMA or MVP? Which one?
It was Marine King, right? That kept getting
Marine
second
King.
place.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, he kept losing to MVP.
But Marine King ended up winning. So
he won. He won one.
Yeah,
right?
that doesn't matter. Like as long as you win.
Yeah.
So
are you saying you don't think Sue can ever win one?
I want him to win.
Oh.
Is what I'm saying. I don't want him to come in second again. Too many times. Too many second place finishes.
Yeah. I'm cheering for Sue, but stats looked so good at Katowice. So I put my money on stats, but Sue looked really good against SOS the last match. So
what about
I don't know, his ZVP looks strong.
What about Ryung getting in? Like that's no one really thought that. Like I mean, like Ryung's like a solid player, but when you have people like beyond and like innovation and stuff it's like, well, Ryung's not gonna make it.
His TVT though is like spectacular.
But there's no more Terrans.
Right, well that's true.
Like historically, his TVP has always been his worst. Like I wouldn't put it past him to pull an upset, but I don't like his odds of beating Stats with how good Stats looks.
I would say Stats is definitely the best Protoss right now. I mean, obviously just because of like what he's done recently, but like also because he's not a player that has like super inherent weaknesses. Like he plays like all around just very well. Like I wouldn't say he's worse off in one matchup versus another, by very much. Like they're all, very close. So I think that's someone who's hard to rule out. So I think what we're probably going to end up seeing is like a Sue Stats final. And that's pretty exciting. I don't know who's gonna win because like they're both obviously like the best of their kind right now. Like Sue said it himself. Like he's like, I'm the best Zerg right now. Obviously, I'm the only one left in GSL. So nope, Dark, it's me, not you. but and yeah, with Stats, obviously like I said, being the best Protoss right now. So I don't know. I'm really excited. I'm excited to watch these games, and then just. To see who's going to win this. I mean, they're going to be interesting. It's not going to be, these quick cheeses. Like, these are going to... I feel it. Like, they're going to be, like, these long... Because they're both, Well, maybe Stats isn't... Well... I don't know. I guess Stats is a pretty... Like, he is, like, a pretty good, like, macro Protoss. Like, I guess that's what he's more known for. So maybe we'll see a little different from that. Maybe we'll see something cheeky out of him since, like, his standard is macro. So maybe we'll see.
I was just about to say...
Maybe
finals.
Maybe he'll be taking some pages out of Printf's playbook.
Don't put Printf and Stats in the same sentence.
No, I'm just saying, like maybe I don't know. Maybe he'll like if I need to know how to cannon rush a Zerg really well, like that's the guy who you would go to. I'm just saying.
Earlier today, Pig did a daily on Printf, so cannon rushes it. Printf on, maybe Stats was watching.
Yeah, you don't know.
Picked up some. picked up some builds.
Some of those things he was doing, he's like, it's funny because it's just like one thing, but it's just so interesting how like he's like, okay, well if he does this I do that, if he does this I do that. Like he's got it mapped out so much that it's like, well you can do that when you're literally only focusing on like on that one build, right? Like on a standard build there's way too many things to consider to think like that. But when you're like, no, like this is like what I do, it's like, you know, it's like these are your options. Either I go down this tree or I go down this tree. You know, and there's a lot of those, but it's either one or the other, right? Like he's always got the answer. But like in a standard game, you can't always do that.
Yeah.
You know, like you're countering. Oh, there's a drop. You got to like multitask, and you got to make choices. Do I push out now? You know, do I expand? Like whatever. For him, it's like nope. One base cannons into Robo, into Immortal, into Disruptor, into Win.
Yeah.
You know, every time. And if I can't do that, then I quit, and then I record it and find out what I could do better. So I'll give it to the dude for being, you know, super like analytical when it comes to his plays and improving. So yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I think cheese and like all-ins at its core is like a very interesting concept. You know that StarCraft allows for this type of strategy, because like at that point when you're doing like, you know, a proxy racks or whatever, it's like. It's literally just the battle of who can control the best or make the split decision, the best decision, like right there on the spot. Yeah. And it's like you either win or lose. Like every decision matters. So it's like another dynamic. It's interesting to watch sometimes.
Who's the best cheeser on Sloth? OMG Banana, right?
No.
Well, not very cheesy.
That's not cheesy.
I don't know. I've seen him play some pretty cheesy ladder games.
Maybe. I don't think. I mean, if No Regret was still on the team like 3 years ago, I'd say No Regret. But,
no question.
Yeah.
Well, while you're thinking about it, Travis, Jake, what about you? Who's the cheesiest player on Rival?
Well, I mean, Printf plays as a merc for us in Dust League, so.
Okay, well, not besides him though.
What about Eon though? Eon, man.
Oh yeah, Eon is
heavy. That's heavy.
He's got some pretty heavy aggression. Yeah.
Heavy aggression.
Yeah, he's got some pretty good baneling busts. Yeah, I don't know. We've yeah. Cuddle Bear was pretty good with the Reapers. Those got nerfed. I'm not sure how much we'll be seeing of those.
He's the top Reaper control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got some pretty spicy builds all around.
Yeah. All right, Travis. How about it? Who's the cheesiest?
I think I'd have to give it to Rob Tesla.
Tesla, okay.
He's he doesn't cheese all the time, but he's pretty good at it when he decides to do it. He's done it many times.
He's got some cheeky builds.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Gotcha. I turned on a stream one time. There were pylons at the Terran's ramp with adepts and like a Stargate in the middle of the map building carriers.
Why not?
Every time Camper plays Rob will like proxy pylon, and then like proxy Oracle, and then Camper will come into my room after game like, God damn it, Rob just does this every single game. And,
God damn it. Well, you need to stop letting him get away with it.
Yeah, I mean I'm not saying Camper loses all the time, but it's Rob's.
I hope you're not saying that for your life. I hope you're not saying that.
Not again.
That's funny. Let's see, what else can we talk about here? Oh, Generis is sponsoring SSL. I don't know if you guys saw that. That's pretty cool. It looks like they have a new logo, which you guys will have to check out on TL. But the new logo looks pretty sick. I like it. I would definitely get one of their shirts with the new logo for it.
Is this the new logo that's on
Twitter? Right before the stream, there was a Reddit thread. There's a rumor that Jenner saved SC2 because the CEO's daughter, quote, fancies a pro SC2 player.
Yeah, I had.
No way. Is that on Reddit? You said?
It's on Reddit. Yeah, it's on the top page, like 6 or 7 down.
I don't know if that's true now. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I think that'd be pretty funny if it was true, but
I'm gonna say yes, it's true. It's like one of those things that's outlandish, but like outlandish enough to actually be true. Like people wouldn't make that up.
You're just buying into it?
Yeah. Why not? I'll buy into that.
I mean, there's got to be some reason that Jenner is the only like Kespa team left.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, they're not a Kespa team anymore, right? They're just a regular team. Because Kespa's
They're
not a
the
thing
team.
anymore.
Probably, yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
We can't categorize them as that, right? Like,
Because Kespa still exists for like League and whatever else they run,
right? But
Heroes or something.
But it's not like they're sanctioned to that anymore since they don't do StarCraft.
But
I mean, maybe the team holds them to different standards. I don't know. Well, I mean, they stream though. So
you mean the players? Or?
Yeah, the players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean they're still a team, right? They're on the team together.
Yeah, they're still. I'm just saying that they're not a Kespa team anymore. Like they are a team, but they're like Kespa has nothing to do with StarCraft 2 anymore. So like Kespa's Iron Fist does not apply to those players and what they do.
That's true. Yeah,
that's all I was trying to get at. Let's see. Base Trade sponsoring BL. That's pretty cool. So getting him over. I think he's gonna be staying at the team house now. So that's cool that they're not only supporting the NA scene but supporting the Korean scene. With the whole team house over there and stuff. We get the Scarlet, 24-hour marathon streams. Those are interesting to watch.
Those are fun.
Yeah. Yep. Something like that. My favorite. See, here's my favorite story from the 24-hour stream so far. We had Leenock on, right, on the Dank Shrine, and he had to play. It was 2 days away, I think. It was 2 days away. He had to play in GSL for his group, and we kind of asked him what his plans were, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just going to rest and practice. Rest practice." Well, after we got off the thing with him, he goes over and he goes over to the team house there, does the 24-hour stream. He did not sleep. He was up the whole fucking time. And then he was super tired for GSL, and I guarantee that's one of the reasons why he lost, is because he fucked himself over by not sleeping, and he just hung out there.
Why would you do that? Why? This is crazy.
I don't know, man. The other thing is the story from that. I don't know if you guys saw that, but we asked him about his nickname, the Lean Octopus, and what he thought of it. And Seeker's explaining it to him, and he's like, yeah, people call me that. They've been calling me that for years, but I don't understand. I don't look like an octopus. And Seeker's like, wait a minute, what? And he's like, yeah, and then Seeker explains, in Korea, typically when you give someone a nickname, it's based on, their looks. So, he had assumed that he looked like an octopus, and that's why people called him an octopus. And Seeker had to explain to him, no, man, it's because your fucking APM is so high, it's like you have 8 arms to do that many things. And he's like, and you could just see him oh fuck, oh my god, that makes sense. And you could tell he was super
every day he's been living in
he's never asked for
fear.
For 6 years he just never asked anyone about it. But
everybody calls me an octopus. I'm trying real hard, but they keep calling me an octopus.
Yeah, just he's like, I don't get it, man. I guess I look like an octopus. I don't see it. I don't know. What a nerd. Just didn't ask at all. I'll just go with it. People call me that, I guess. I'm okay with it. God damn it. Leenock.
Just a Korean thing.
Dude, legend. That is a legend. So, what do you guys think of this ESPN bullshit? Is Flash as good as this Madden Pro? Okay, A, no. B, I don't give a fuck. Stop making these motherfucking polls because you're just triggering everyone.
I just heard about that.
Please, ESPN.
What happened?
ESPN keeps making these.
It's like a March Madness style bracket for esports, and it's innovation versus some
Madden Pro, or no, his was a League of Legends Pro.
Yeah.
So that at least was okay. Well, maybe this dude is the innovation of League of Legends. I have no idea because I don't follow that game. But yeah, Flash was up against a Madden Pro. It's are you fucking kidding me? That game is.
Wait, someone who plays the console?
Yeah.
What the?
And he was losing by a big margin, and and he was in the comments. He's like, "Yeah, sorry, Flash, I'm better," or something like that. And everyone was like, "No,
no."
Flash was losing.
Yeah, Flash was. It was pretty. It's a Twitter poll. I mean, it's just
God.
Here's what he said. He said, no offense to Flash, but I am just just as good as this game as you are at StarCraft 2. And it's or at StarCraft, and it's Motherfucker, no.
No.
Not even
no.
motherfucking close. Because you know what? Madden is not this huge polarizing thing. You didn't, fucking, start, a generation of these fucking nerds behind you. I don't even know who the fuck you are. So that just goes to show how, relevant you are. I know, top people in other games. When they are, number one. Faker and shit like that. Or, Infiltration for, for Street Fighter and stuff. It's like, dude,
it's household names.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I've never heard of you. You're not relevant at all, actually. Because
Madden even has esports.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't. Because who gives a fuck about playing football on console? That's retarded.
Yeah.
No.
God, we're gonna get so much hate. What if they just post it to the Madden?
I don't care.
Reddit or something in a week.
Dude, I play Madden, but fuck Madden. Madden's not a fucking esport. That's a real sport, brother. You can play it as an esport. Don't get me wrong. I guess you definitely can. The point is, though, this motherfucker is nowhere near, that level, though. It's not the same thing.
It's just not comparable.
No. Yeah. That's saying the best croquet player could beat the best golfer. No, just because you both swing and hit a ball does not mean you do the same fucking thing in the same way. So fucking no. You know what I mean? Not the same. Right. You can't compete. You could say the same thing about tennis. We both hit a ball. The best tennis player versus the best golfer. Okay, well, they don't play the same fucking sport. That's not even... You can't even compare it. It's stupid. I don't know. It obviously it triggers me a little bit. And then they just keep doing it because they just keep making more of these. Because first it was...
this isn't...
Because first it was the innovation, and then it was Flash, and then I think now they have a Jaedong one, too.
Yeah, Jaedong is winning that one pretty convincingly, though.
Who's Jaedong?
Which he should.
It's another League of Legends player, I think.
League of Legends Duke.
I don't know who that
is. The heck is that?
I've never heard of him, but yeah, so...
Exactly! That just goes to show, I have no idea who the fuck that is. Maybe if you follow, League of Legends hardcore, you know who that is. But I've got no idea who that is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that person. But yeah, it just keeps... I don't know. I can't even get on Twitter because I keep seeing this shit and just I don't... And then you read through the comments and it's just not even fucking close. This person's a joke compared to innovation. And it's oh my god, these comments...
They're just triggering people.
It is!
I've seen Volts be pretty vocal in the Twitter feed.
Dude, we're
getting... Oh god, Volts probably dominating the comments.
Dude, we're probably... But the thing is people are seeing them oh man, StarCraft 2, those guys are dicks. I don't ever want to play that game. That's not what we want to see. We want to encourage people to get into the community, not to fucking scare them away and be God, these guys are assholes.
They think they're better than every other esport.
Well, I mean,
we are.
We started it. Come on, we started it. But I don't know. So that, that was kind of triggering me. Just the whole. I'll be happy when it's done. But yeah, it is March Madness. Are you guys? Did either of you guys do a bracket? You guys into that?
Nah, I haven't followed that in a while.
I did one for work. I'm not into it either, but I do it every year, and I just go off stats. I'm just just boom, boom, boom. But this year I decided to up the ante. So what I did is I bet. And this lady, she thinks she knows basketball. And maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. But I've heard her talk about football, and she doesn't know shit. And I actually do follow football. And I gave her the board. So I'm so here's the deal. So it'll be $100, for the both of us, right? And I let her pick the top any 4 teams she wants, and any 4 of them can win, and then she wins. But I get the field, right? Any other team that's playing in this NCAA tournament, which is 30 or 40 fucking teams, but she can pick whoever. She can pick the top 4 ranked. Doesn't matter, whatever. But yeah. So I don't know. I took her up on that bet because I had heard about a dude who did it last year. And he won 5 out of the 6 people he bet against them where he did that, because people So basically, they can pick the top 4, whoever, right? Whoever they think is going to win the whole thing. If any 4 of them win, then they win. If anyone else in the entire bracket wins, though, you win the money. So it seems like they're getting an okay deal because I have 4,
So they would just pick the top ranked 4 teams, because.
But if you know NCAA basketball, the top 4 teams hardly ever win.
Exactly.
So it's not as good as you think it might be, basically. So, but yeah, I was listening to this dude talk about it, and he won, and it was on the radio, And he's like, yeah, like last year, like I won 5 of these out of the 6 that I did. And he's like, funny enough, the one that beat me was someone who picked based on, it was like a woman in his office, and she won based because she picked based on the uniforms. She was like, well, I like their uniforms, so like that's who I'm gonna pick. And she ended up picking like Gonzaga, who won the
Put
whole thing.
$100 on your favorite uniform.
Right, because she's like, well, why not? Like whatever, like these seem like good odds, and she's just doing it for fun.
Sure.
But still, it's like, all right, well, pay me, sucker,
But, is this how you're gonna fund yourself to DreamHack?
Getting pretty close there, man. If you guys look at the bar there, we're at 135 out of 200. We're pretty close. For anyone who's watching and they don't know, the top donor at the end of this month actually gets to take my place. I'm going on my honeymoon at the end of the month. So I'll just be gone, right? So the top donor actually just gets to take my spot and do the interview and talk to the guest. And we've confirmed it. The guest is gonna be Dust Hush, so he will be the guest. So I think that's pretty good. Because Hush isn't someone who's like super like vocal, but he does do a lot of tournaments and stuff. Like I know he's in the team league. He's in the Go for SE2 stuff all the time on Gauntlet. Which thank you for the host, boys. Appreciate that. So like I mean, he's definitely someone who I would like to talk to. For sure. But whoever wins this is going to get the opportunity to take lead on that and kind of talk to him and ask him questions and stuff. So I don't know. I think it's a pretty cool opportunity, and I think that's something like at least it's tangible. Like donations are always appreciated, but if I can if you get something for it though, like it's like more reason to. That's why I have the people do like Patreon and stuff, and that's why you get like those rewards. So it's like, well, at least if you're giving me money, which I appreciate, but at least now I can give you something in return, whether it's just more content for myself or whatever. But that's why I like even like doing like apparel, because it's like perfect. Like you're still helping me, but now you get something in return. You know what I mean? It's like money for goods. The traditional trade. But it's not just like, yeah, give me money. Whatever. It's like, okay, well you're at least getting something out of it. So it's always nice when we get that. So yeah, we're getting pretty close to the goal here. After this, I'm not for sure what we're gonna do for the monthly goal. I know we want to get another a new PC, because right now I do everything off of my laptop, and because I host everything, we're gonna try to do an upgrade, get a little higher equipment, maybe run a little bit higher bit rate, stuff like that. I'm gonna start working on noise proofing the room. I know I get constant comments about my furnace going off during the show, and they're like, oh, what the fuck is that noise? It's like, well, I can't help it, man. I live in Minnesota. It's fucking cold here. I need to run the heat. In the summer, this won't be a problem, but for right now, you just got to deal with it. But anyway, I digress. Kind of getting back to what we were talking about here. No, when I brought up March Madness and stuff too, was I was going to bring up just like betting StarCraft and stuff, and just kind of wanted to get your guys' opinion on it, because it seems to kind of like a gray area. Because some people are like, it's like that gray line between like, what's the difference between like me going on to the bookie, or me just going on like FanDuel for football and like, or for any sport and like betting on it there. You know what I mean? Like e-gambling, like, is this good for? Is it like, I want to know what your guys' opinion is. Like, do you think that gambling on esports is good for esports, or is it bad for esports?
I think it's good as long as it's in a controlled environment, because the whole reason the match fixing scandals pop up in Korea is because of gambling.
Then they know the outcome.
Exactly. So I don't know how you control that, because like even in professional sports, like not now, but like
back in the day,
beginning of baseball, stuff, like World Series. I don't know all the details and stuff, but I mean, it's definitely happened in like actual sports. So I mean, I don't know if at the end of the day it's worth all of the match fixing crap that we've had to deal with in Kespa and Pro League and whatever.
Right.
But I don't know. From a purely like objective standpoint, I don't see any problem with it.
Sure. Like, it's obviously, like, as long as we don't get into that, and, in a perfect world, obviously, like, that can happen. But, unfortunately, the world is inherently evil, and, there's always going to be someone that wants to take advantage, right? They think, oh, man, if I just offer this dude, $200, I'll make $1,000, or, whatever. So, but Travis, what do you think?
Is it legal? Is esports gambling legal in the U.S.?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, really?
like, because I think it falls under the same thing as like, you know, you can't play like online poker for money except in New Jersey. But you can do it through European sites. One of my buddies gave me like some fraction of a Bitcoin, which you can use to gamble on like European sites on
So
esports
it's legal
and
to
stuff.
play European services from the U.S., right?
I don't know if it's legal. I think might be a gray area. I don't
You
know.
might have to have
I
a
had
Swiss
like
bank account.
I had like 40 cents worth of a Bitcoin, and then I lost my Bitcoin wallet or something after like a month, and I was like, whatever.
Forget about it. Yeah.
Well, no. So basically, so like with like e-gambling right now, so like on like FanDuel and DraftKings, which are the two biggest ones here in obviously the United States, and you can do any sport on that. They even have League of Legends on DraftKings.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep. So yeah, if you want to gamble on League, yeah, they have that. So no, yeah, it is legal in certain states now. They have outlawed it in certain states because when it first started, it's because the way they do it, it's a fantasy lineup. It's not just like you know who wins or who loses or you pick the spread. You're building a team, right? So that's how they base it. So if they did it for StarCraft, it would probably be like, okay, well you pick like 3 people, you have a budget, and if these 3 get the most points in the tournament, then you win or whatever. And obviously for League of Legends, since it's a team game, it's a little easier to figure out because you can just pick. Well, you pick different players from different teams, but I'm assuming you know their KDs that matter. I don't know how the fuck they score it, but whatever. Regardless, but yeah, when it first came out, it was considered like game of skill because you still have to like manage your money because it's not like you can just like stack your team with the best players. Like you get like a cap, and each player has like a salary amount, and then you have to pick the best team based on how much money you have. So that there was like the whole thing. It's like there's skill involved, there's luck involved, but it's more skill than luck. But yeah, but now they started making it illegal now in a couple different states. So like in Idaho and Oregon, you can't gamble online at all. But like in Vegas, you can. I know in New York you can't do it anymore, which it was fucking weird because that's where both their headquarters were. Was in New York. Minnesota, you can. It went to a vote here. And they ended up voting no because here's my view on the whole thing is maybe you think it's a waste of money, but I don't give a fuck what you think. If you think I'm wasting my money, then let me waste my fucking money. You know what I mean? Because I've actually personally won money on DraftKings because I do fantasy football. I'm a huge like fantasy football dude. 2 years ago, I won $500 on like a quarter bid.
Okay.
So like my lineup, like it cost me a quarter to set my lineup, and I won $500. Bam! That's a huge
quarter, as in like 25
cents. Yeah, and I won $500.
Oh my!
Because I picked the best lineup not the best lineup, but like out of like the million people, like I placed in like the top like 2,000, and yeah, I won $500. So, and if you're into like a certain sport, it's super fun. Obviously, like, because I know we have like the fantasy StarCraft like on TL that they have like the fantasy StarCraft, like stuff. I haven't done it because I just personally haven't been able to. I haven't invested enough time into it to learn about it really.
There was Fantasy Pro League, which was a ton of fun back when Pro League was a thing.
Yeah.
And like they still have liquid bets or something like that,
bets.
And it's fun to do every once in a while, but there's no real like incentive.
Yeah.
It's just kind of for fun.
For fun, yeah. I mean, they could definitely just. I mean. That's the hard thing when money becomes involved. Like, how do you do it? Like between the 3 of us, we could easily do something. You know what I mean? But like if you're trying to like run it through the website, like that's when you get issues with money and all this other stuff. Like who holds it, who's responsible for what's the take of like the company that holds it. Because they always they're not hosting the shit for free. They have to have it has to be worth it for them. The house has to be able to win, of course. So
I know Valve just had a lot of controversy around CS:GO.
Oh yeah, the CS:GO
right,
game.
Definitely.
Right, that's slightly different because it's through skins, but Valve, they ultimately ended up sending a bunch of cease and desist letters to all the major websites.
But as far as I know, it's still going though, isn't it? They have new.
But there's still a bunch of websites that are still going.
Yeah.
I think they're like just changing something to like circumvent like what Valve said, so they're like going another
I
step.
I think Valve's biggest problem with that was them introducing the marketplace, where you can like sell your own shit for like in-game cred, like or like for basically real money,
Right.
I mean, it goes into your Steam account, but people have figured out ways to get the money out of that, whether it's just selling the account or for however much money's in there, or whatever. But
right, there's websites where you can then sell your skins and then cash out through PayPal.
Right. So yeah, I think that's where they made an issue. It started off as kind of a cool idea. It's like, oh, you can trade items with your friends, but then I think it started with like TF2. They started like monetizing this somehow, like
yeah.
And then things would just get arbitrary values. Like this hat is like a one of a kind in TF2. It's like $2,000, and they would sell it.
Yeah.
It's like, who the fuck's buying this hat in TF2 for $2,000? Like, what the fuck is this? But it's the same thing with
CS. Thinks it's worth $2,000.
Right, exactly. But it's the same thing with the CS:GO betting, where people are just like, But now with the CS:GO betting though, isn't it like you put your items in and you have a chance to win more items? Right? Like that's what it is.
So like
you're not gambling with money, you're gambling with items.
Right, you're gambling with skins. That's what it revolves around.
Right. Skins, right, for the items.
There are a lot of issues with like underage kids because
Well, yeah, I remember I read the article where it said like it turned my 9-year-old into like a fucking like a chronic gambler. Like he had a gambling addiction.
Like I'm not gonna lie, like I play a lot of CS:GO and like I'd be on these servers all the time with like a bunch of little kids, and just every day, it's like surprising. You hear them talking about like, oh, I just spent like $500 worth of skins, and they're like, oh, I just lost all my skins. Hey man, can you give me some skins? It's just so casual.
Can you give me
like,
some skins?
They're already like seasoned old veteran gamblers, and
God.
they're like 10 years old, and I'm just like, what are you guys doing? Like, this is not okay.
Meanwhile,
there was also
go ahead.
There was also that site that like the guy was rigging the demos.
Oh yeah.
So like when he was streaming, he was showing off his like the gambling site that he told everyone he didn't have a part of. Yeah, but he was secretly running the back end, and he had the guy manipulating his
rolls.
His rolls, to win, so look more appealing.
Yeah, because that was the one that H3 talked about right in their video. They brought that up. They kind of brought that whole thing to light. I think so, yeah. What a fucked up thing, dude. I'm glad. Like, okay,
I mean, StarCraft's got skins now.
So now we're talking about skins. So let's talk about StarCraft skins. So
we're one step away.
So A, we need skins. B, I do not want to be able to gamble them.
Yeah.
No, like it's like that's not a thing. Like, just let us buy them. But like, can we talk about how like there's like a lack of skins? Like, come on. Like, I feel like this is not that hard. I feel like there's in-game like units they can just strip them like off of it and just use them. Like the Primal Zerg skins. Like that should be easy to just take out of the game's code and put it in. No, like I mean I'm not a coder, but like that doesn't seem like it's that hard. Like I feel like art is half the battle.
I think the problem you might run into there, though, and I think this might be the difficulties they're having. I have no idea, but like if you look at something like a Zergling skin, you could have like, what is it, 400 Zerglings on the map or something. I don't know how many you'd make you'd have at one time. But if one of those textures is a little bit laggy on one of those Zerglings, you have 400 of those textures. It could create a bad environment, like especially for the player who doesn't even have the skin.
Sure.
Right, and I'm assuming that there might be issues that come up with that, like in a multiplayer experience, because like obviously if you lag it in the campaign, who cares? But like I don't know, that would be one of the technical limitations I would think.
Right,
because
I feel like
and like.
Go ahead.
Oh, go.
No, go ahead.
Okay, well, in CS:GO and like League of Legends, right? You only have 10 people max, right? That's 10 people, and they have their skins. But like Jake was saying, in StarCraft, you could have like, dozens, hundreds of units, and not only do you have to load the assets, your opponent, who may not even own the skins, who may be playing on like a laptop, he has to load those assets as well on his client side, right? For all those units and whatnot.
I mean, they could have made it so that wasn't the case, though. Like, to where they're just cosmetic for you to see, and like your opponent sees a normal Zergling, but you have like the custom looking Zergling. Because who cares?
Oh yeah.
Because I don't care what my opponent's shit looks like.
I think that's a big appeal, right? The skins is that your opponent.
Oh, okay, maybe I get it. I get it. I get where you could be coming from that. I don't know.
CS:GO, you're like, I just got killed by this guy. He has a $500 skin. Oh,
exactly.
Oh,
that's like the whole selling point in CS:GO is like, hey, look at me. I got this $500 knife. You don't have this, but I can just do whatever I want.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, and I know it's supposed to be a part of of the war chest, and obviously if you buy that, goes towards the prize pool and funding, which is awesome because that's what we want. We want to be able to buy this shit, to do it, but I don't know. I just think they need to come out faster. Like I know, like I get it, like that they're working on it, but like I said, like when you already have these assets, like that should be done. Like I said, like these primal zerglings, from like the HOTS campaign, right? Like I feel like that should be easy to pull from. Like yeah, maybe it lags, but I feel like that couldn't like. I feel like designing a new element, adding into the game, and then fixing it is way more difficult than like just going boom, boom, and then fixing it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there's still like. There's something wrong there. Like,
and they've shown they can do that, right? They have like some Tal'Darim skins for Protoss that are from the campaign.
Yeah,
so it's possible.
I mean, we even got like to get those party hat workers on the anniversary, or like the Warhound worker for April Fools like a few years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
I actually hated the birthday one because they had like the cupcakes or whatever. And it was it was super distracting. It's like I kept thinking there was something there because I wasn't used to it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is he's just what is he? Oh, no, okay. Like, it was super hard to like figure out like what the fuck was going on. Like when I first loaded it, I didn't even I forgot. Like I didn't even know what was going on. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, do I have a hack going on or like what the hell? Like I don't even know.
You're being hacked.
Yeah, like, you can see me, but I don't know. But I don't know, like but the good thing is we're all excited for these skins to come out. Like we all support it and we want that. Same with these voice packs. I mean, you got to think they're probably working on a tasteless voice pack, right? Like I mean, if they're gonna do TB, let's do tasteless. Like, come on, like we all want
and Artosis.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Like they would come together, and then they would do one where they merge them, just like they were doing for GSL for a while, where they would both say the name at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be neat.
So that way you can have the Tastosis Archon talking to you. I said as a joke, I was like, okay, I like for the tasteless one though, I want it to be if I load into New Gettysburg though, it automatically starts with him explaining the map to me and explaining the bridge mechanic.
Pay extra money for that.
Yeah, I would definitely buy that.
So Toverdal says skins do impact frames. The reason campaign and co-op have worse frame naturally is because they have more skins and effects. Even with limited skins we have, if you have all the skins turned on, it drops frames about 11% at my max. And on top of that, it's already bad frames for many players, so many of the new skins they have are working on. Okay, that makes sense. That does make sense, but I'm just like, and all I'm saying is we want them faster. Like they announced it, and I feel like they already should have had more ready. Maybe what the case should have been. So they could have like let them out. And I get that they want to save up a bunch for this war chest. That way, that's worth it for us. And if we're gonna buy like this $30 thing, we want it to have like a bunch of stuff in it. But maybe the release should have had more. Because what was it, like 5 total, like 5 skins?
Yeah, it was not very many.
It wasn't that many exactly.
They added like a bunch of sounds and like icons and stuff, but that was pretty much it.
Right.
Like, if you look at League of Legends, right? They got hundreds of skins.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Every character's got like 20 skins.
Yeah.
I don't know, and maybe because obviously like StarCraft obviously goes more off of CPU than GPU power. Maybe they need to adjust that somehow to where maybe that it just takes up more of my GPU then. Like.
Yeah, possibly. I don't
know. I don't know. Like. I all I know is that we want it. That's what I know.
We want skins.
Is we want them.
Give us skins.
We want to be able to buy them. So. But of those voice packs, then, so we all agreed kind of want the tasteless and Artosis. Who would be like another person you would like to see have a voice pack?
When they sent out the email, like the survey, like asking if you're interested, they had Snoop Dogg on there. I'm still holding out.
Are you serious?
Snoop Dogg?
Yeah. They're like, would you be interested in a voice pack from any of these people? And it was like just some StarCraft personalities and Snoop Dogg. It was like I would use that every game.
Who wouldn't get? That's like
for shizzle, my dizzle. Get that probe dizzle out of there. They're under attack, dog. Like I don't know what the fuck you would say.
I wouldn't even play the game. I just like move my units around. And
you just hear him like hitting the blunt in the background, like he's like, got those minerals. Y'all got
You just like a
the
selected
minerals.
SCV.
Yeah. I don't know.
That'd be nice.
So who besides Snoop Dogg then? So who else would be someone that you would like to have one?
I want a David Kim announcer.
David Kim?
Ooh,
Yep.
yeah.
I don't know about
Kim.
that, man. Force people to turn that one on. And David Kim. There'd have to be a David Kim please though, right? Like it would just be him saying like, please what?
Yeah. David Kim's got like such a unique voice. I feel like it would be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about like Roddy? I think Roddy would be a pretty good. He'd have a pretty
Oh
good
yeah, he'd be a
voiceover.
fan
Yeah.
favorite.
I don't know, Kev. Like,
Dude, we need a velo, dude.
Oh.
Yes.
your probe's under attack. Like,
I don't even want to know what he was
he's
saying.
backpacking. oh
He's
my
so
God.
stupid.
the Avila sound pack. Oh my God. People would buy that. They'd be like, oh, "Okay, I gotta have this."
Like if your unit dies, you hear a sound of him like punching a chair or something in the background.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious. Holy shit.
Let's not give him any ideas.
Right? Please no. David Kim, please. Please no.
Yeah, it was just a joke.
Just
I
a
don't want to be low.
A Maynard one would be pretty cool. A pig one would be pretty cool. I think if you get the Australian accent going.
Oh, pig, definitely.
Yeah. You know, I'm not going to try to do an Australian accent, but I was going to try it, but I don't have a very good one. But yeah, either of them would be super good to have. What about a Todd?
Yes.
Look at the supply.
I mean, I think like
Dude.
all of the casters who go to premier events, I think all of them would have a justified like voice pack.
That would be perfect for Todd's like your supply block. Look at the supply. Because you're supply blocked. Like, look at this.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
just like this disappointed, like he's like, God dang it.
Oh my God, I could see it. That'd be awesome. I would love that. I would love that so much. I love Todd. What else is coming up then? So we've got Austin. GSL finals are coming up. VSL started. We got the team league going. Base Trade they are doing the English casting for that, right?
Yeah, I was watching some of that earlier. It was either today or yesterday. I don't remember.
Got it. Are they doing that off replay, or are they able to do it live?
I want to say it was live.
All right, cool.
But I'm not sure.
Don't they have that thing where they tell you if it's a...
Well,
or no, I'm thinking of rebroadcast.
Rebroadcast, yeah. I don't know if they're... Either way, I'm glad it's being done. It doesn't really matter. I'm glad it's being done. But I know that was a problem because like Nate was doing it like last year, and they were like, no, like don't do that. And he's like, well, we fucking want the English version of it. Like, please let someone do it. Like, I don't have to.
Wait, really? They stopped them from doing that? Or?
I think they asked him like not to do it, or something like that. But
why would you?
I don't know because like I don't think they knew like who Nate was.
Oh, okay.
You know, so
who's this American? Get out of it.
But you know, I don't know. But it's cool that that they're letting Base Trade do it because you know, like for everyone hating Graham, you know, like he does a good job in the community. Like him and Zombie Grub and Base Trade in general, they do such a nice job of keeping things relevant, you know, and then making big moves too, like the Corsair Cup offline final out in California, like the Ting final. Like that's hype. Like that's fucking awesome. Like I'm glad that stuff like that exists. You know, I like really the only thing I think, and you guys can give me your opinion on this too, is I think the really only thing that we need for the NA scene right now is I think we just need a couple more grassroots events. Like we've got like the circuit stuff, you know, and we do have some of these grassroots things, like as far as like you know the Sidestorm Cup, and like we're gonna hit on another Cheesadelphia soon. But I think just a couple more.
A Midwest Land.
You know. Well, if Midwest Land was big and like maybe in Chicago, you know what I mean? Like
that's right.
Like like larger, you know.
Right, like a step down from DreamHack, but still.
Yeah, but like still like where people would want to go for sure. You know, like we had like Kings of the North last year, like something like that, like that's fine. You know, like we still want to watch that. You know, and we still want like these great players to come. You know, and even not just the top players to get these low level players. You know, get them in and talk. You know, like Travis, you've been to Atlanta, you know, like it's just fun to go. Like even if you're not playing, or if you know you're going to get wrecked, it's still just super fun to attend.
Yeah, get to meet everybody and talk with them.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Put a name to the face, you know, maybe punch someone. Yeah. Okay,
resist the urge the whole weekend.
Yeah, let's just. Dude, Camker's been he's been talking some serious shit lately. So I don't know. Is he going to Austin? He said he was gonna beat some of us up.
Camker will not be beating anybody up.
Okay.
No, we
talked about
had
that.
To talk about that. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Camker.
Well, I feel like he was. I feel like he was joking. But maybe
he was joking, but of course, yeah,
some people are just
determined that was a joke that went a bit too far. But,
okay, fair enough.
Yeah, no,
like when you don't, I think when you don't know Camker, you take what he says very seriously. But he's like the biggest troll shit poster.
Yeah.
Like he shit posts IRL.
Yeah. I think the problem is even between like say, I'm just sort of guessing here, but I think just for example between like M Canning and Camker, I think just between the two of them, they understand each other. Like they don't personally have anything. The problem is, for example, when Camker says that stuff on stream or whatever he did, other people coming in, they have no idea, or maybe they've never seen Camker before, and they're like, "Oh, this guy is shit talking my favorite player." Of course, I'd be angry or something.
Right.
But M Canning and Camker personally, they probably don't care. There's just another.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly. Like it would have been the other way around. Like had Camker won that, like then I'm sure Chris would have said something or whatever.
Yeah, maybe not as far as Camper. But,
right.
Yeah. But no, I agree. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think people should be threatening physical violence or anything like this. Is a bit too far.
So Topher said here that there was in 2016 StarCraft 2 had 41 lands that weren't put on by the three big companies, ESL, DreamHack, and Blizzard. I feel like that's a lot more than I thought there was, but maybe we just need. I think maybe then, as a community, we need to do a better job of putting these things on blast.
My question would be: are those lands that are in Europe or in America?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Or in South America.
That's true. I guess. But like, let's give me the benefit of the doubt. Even if a fourth of those were in the U.S., that's still more than I thought.
Right, and then the problem is why haven't we heard of these?
Right, exactly. I think we need to, and if that's the case where these are U.S. based, then we as a community need to make sure we're putting the shit on blast. Like if you know of something, put it fucking out there. Like I don't care how small it is. Like we even had people that didn't know Midwest. Like after I had posted the vlog and stuff for Midwestland and stuff, I still had people tell me like, what? I didn't even know this was a thing. Like when I posted on Reddit,
right.
And people are like, I didn't know there was a fucking tournament. I live in Wisconsin. It's like, well, see, we need to put this shit on blast. And part of that's on the tournament. Like, advertise, right? Like, if you're going to have StarCraft, go into fucking /r/StarCraft and be like, hey, this is fucking Davey Kim at fucking whatever. We're having a tournament down here in Anaheim. Like, you should all come. Like, I'm just saying, like, whatever. Like,
big tournament, I always it.
But I'm just saying, like, you should advertise your own shit. Like, there was, like, zero advertising done for StarCraft 2, like, besides, like, me trying to signal boost. Right. Okay, so 20 were in the North America, 17 EU, 3 in Korea, 1 in Australia. And there was a land in the Philippines.
Obviously a lot of it is on the tournament organizers, but I'd say, like, just, theorycrafting, like, what if Reddit StarCraft, like, put a section on their sidebar for, like, lands or something? Or what if even StarCraft 2 on their... Because, like, StarCraft 2 recognized, like, Cheesadelphia on their, like, on their launcher, the desktop launcher.
Yeah.
But what if they put an actual because they have a section for barcrafts, I think they still have that. So what if they put on a section for lands, That way, you could just submit a land, just someone would look over it.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Why not? Yeah, they have barcrafts, so why not lands?
That's a good idea.
I know Total Biscuit also, he's been trying to make it a point in this year, I guess, with his Showcraft Kings to, like, shout out smaller tournaments during the downtime, or I don't know. I don't get to catch it live. It's at like 4 a.m. for me.
I'm actually gonna try to get in on that. He's pretty much willing to let anyone like advertise, like as long as it's like decent. So I'm gonna try to advertise some Dank Shrine on there.
I think one of the conditions was you can't be sponsored by G2A.
I'm not.
Oh,
so perfect.
Hey.
Good deal.
Yeah, I remember like last Cheesadelphia 3 or something. They worked it out. Joe worked it out with Total, where like after Total Biscuits, then he hosted the Cheesadelphia stream or something. It was really nice, and they worked together on that.
Yeah.
But that's like a very one-time thing.
Right. But yeah, if there's 20 lands, then like I said, guys, like if this is happening in your area and you know about it, then tell someone. Put it on Reddit. Doesn't matter. Like, someone's gonna see it, and if you can get one more person to know about it, then boom, that was a success. One more person found out about it. You know, 2 more people. Because that person also plays StarCraft. They tell other people that they know, like, hey, bud, like, we both play. Like, do you want to go to this? Like, I know we're gonna get crushed, but it's gonna be fun. There's gonna be other StarCraft nerds there. Like, let's go. You know what I mean? So Topher sent it to me, PM it to me, and I'll post it, whatever the link was. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I just feel like if we have 20 events, like you said, I can't even think of what they would have been. Like, what could they have been besides Cheesadelphia and Systrom Cup?
Oh, we had 2 Cheesadelphias last year. There were like 3 Systrom Cups. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
There was a Midwest LAN.
Yeah, there's probably like a bunch of lands that are spread out. Like
you have like
not...
Kings of the North and LAN.
That was in Canada
ETS as well. Yeah, but it's NA, right? He said NA. I don't know.
Yeah, NA. So yeah.
The message got deleted. Rip.
They must be like smaller ones that are just like not big enough to draw people to like actually travel from across the country, but maybe enough for like people within like a few states next to them to.
You have to be in a good location to run one, because I know Hawkeye, who used to manage for Rival, he put like feelers out to see if there's interest. He lives in Fargo, North Dakota, and he was like, would anyone be interested in coming to a LAN up here? And nobody wanted to.
Yeah,
because it's like in the middle of nowhere, but like,
well, like I said,
I
for the
location matters.
For the Midwest, Chicago would be the best area to host it, because that's a hub. You know, like, even if you're like, let's just say, like, even if the entry fee is like $50, right? Like, okay, it's $50, but it's all weekend. You know, I can go with a couple friends. We'll hang out in Chicago. Like, that's like, it's like one of those things where, okay, well, that's someplace where I would still go. You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do in Fargo? Like, there's nothing to do in Fargo besides go to the casino.
For example, even Midwest LAN in like Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of appeal outside of the LAN.
Yeah.
You know, whereas if you're in Chicago, there's plenty of historical places, museums, whatever, restaurants.
And that also draws people in too, because like, oh yeah, like Chicago, man, like for sure, like I want to do that. Oh, it's in a huge LAN center, cool. You know, people are willing to pay more money for that kind of stuff because it's bigger. You know, like they want to be, you know, they want to be a part of it. So I don't know. So it looks like there was 4 of them at colleges. There was a LAN here that was going to be hosted like at Rutgers. That's cool, but like, and I like that's so cool. But maybe I don't know if is that CSL only then. Like you can only go like if you're in CSL. Because that's a little bit different too.
Yeah, or like university ones, or like even if they're public, like again, you know, you could say that's organizers, not advertising, but
yeah,
people just might not be as inclined to go to a LAN that's at a university. They might.
Yeah, I guess the moral of it is I would just like to see a little bit more effort on these, you know, these organizers to do it, because like maybe StarCraft 2 isn't the main thing, because like at Midwest it was CS:GO, right? But like put some effort into it. Like you could have had more people, which just meant more revenue for you. So don't limit yourself. You know, I would say next year they couldn't. I don't even know if they could have it in Madison next year, because if it grows, like that place was already pretty packed. Like I don't know if they could grow it any. Well, I guess that center they could rent out another room. So maybe
they need a lot more people to.
Maybe I'm being ridiculous, but no, but like that was the first year that they had it there because they needed a bigger space.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So that's cool that, you know, these lands in general are growing, because like I want esports to grow as a whole thing. Like I don't necessarily want just like StarCraft to like. I mean, obviously I want StarCraft to be the best. But you know, if all esports grows in general, like that still helps everyone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, because when you're at those LANs, like there was so many people that would stop and watch us play, like when we were playing StarCraft, like at the LAN, and would just watch, and they were like, "Oh man, like, fuck, these guys are good. Like I'm not good at all, but like this is fun to watch them play." You know?
Because they all know what StarCraft is, and
yeah.
They respect StarCraft.
Well, it also would have been nice if we could have maybe had a better like stream setup. Like the CS:GO had like a fucking legit like fucking stream broadcast, whereas like we just had like DJ Spectre like in a corner, like on his fucking computer. You know, like the setup, like it wasn't nearly the same thing. And that's not a knock on him. That's just a knock on the setup that they like allowed him to use.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it could have been the quality could have been a little bit better. You know?
Yeah, I could have put him in like kind of green screen behind him.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, but I don't know. We've been bitching and rambling here for the last hour and a half here. And I'll kind of open it up to you guys. Do you have any other topics maybe you guys want to talk about or hit on?
I have something that I would like to hear Kaboosh's opinion on.
Sure.
It's just like, it's something that I talk about with people on my team. It's like sort of recruitment methodology, or like the mission of the team in relation to recruiting like Koreans. So, for example, when people say, like, sometimes they joke about, like, oh, you should contact this Korean's free, maybe you could try and pick him up. And then my point of view is always like, well, sure, maybe we could take 3 months worth of our money and get this one Korean for 3 months or whatever. But what's like the return on investment? Is that a worthwhile investment? Like, instead of using that money on that one Korean, we could potentially send someone to a LAN, but some teams obviously view that as a valuable investment. So just want to know your thoughts.
I think for certain Koreans probably might be a decent investment. I don't know. Like, it's hard to say. Like, I know in our situation, absolutely not. Like, no, there's no reason to. Like, so we can compete in Dust League.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally don't see the benefit in it for like a North American team to pick up a Korean, because, like, I mean, the level of Korean you're going to get is like not any of the big names. It's someone who's maybe like round of 32, round of 16 Code S player.
Right.
So, I mean, having that exposure is, I mean, nice. Is it worth the investment? In my opinion, not really.
Yeah.
What about if you think about it like this? Like, you're also gaining them as a practice partner, maybe for your up and coming people that like have the opportunity, and that way they're able to play up against someone who is at a higher level still, and work with.
That's a good point. I don't know how feasible that would be, given that A, their English probably isn't amazing, and B, their time zones are, they're so different. Like, when...
Well, I mean, to be honest, it's not actually that bad. Like, speaking from experience, obviously, because I have like a lot of the Koreans on the show, and so 9:00 p.m. for me, which is like when most gamers, I would say, are ramping up, right? That's noon for the Koreans, which is usually about the time they're getting up. So within an hour, they're both usually playing. Like, one's kind of like in the middle of his, like, I'm in the zone, and the other one's kind of waking up. But if they're a pro gamer, like, they've got all day.
Yeah.
So like the time zones actually kind of line up like decently between U.S. and Korea, to be honest. And speaking to the English thing, I mean, you're definitely right. I think it's tough unless you have someone like a Seeker or like does OMG Banana speak Korean?
No, he's Chinese.
Okay, that was racist. But no, I thought someone on Sloth spoke Korean though, like that they were helping with.
We have Scan.
Okay, that's right.
Granted, he's a Brood War player and he lived in the U.S. for school. So.
But like, unless you have someone like that, then it might be a little more difficult. But then if you have someone like Pet, like, they're a good asset because he speaks good English. Seed speaks good English. Jockji speaks pretty good English. Like, basically, Rival just swooped in and swooped up all the English speaking ones. Like the ones that like are good, like for English at least. So, but like those are players that, like, I don't know, like you probably could have got, like someone like Pet. You probably could have gotten for pretty cheap, and you could have had them like really help out like your team. But like, I think it just depends on, like, like kind of like what you said, Travis. Like, what's your end goal with this? Like, do you want to send this person? Like. I mean, I would say if Pet wanted to move to America and he already had shit lined up, then yeah, I would definitely sign him to the team, because he would be a great NA only based player, right? But yeah, if he's over there in Korea, I mean, he's kind of like middle of the pack.
Yeah.
Right, and then
sorry, go ahead.
A notable example would be Root in my mind, and this is like the main conflict that I always have is, like, when you look at Root, right? They had Hydra for a while. Hydra got a lot of results on his own, but has Root like really gained any sponsorships because of that? I think they even had to I mean, not trying to throw shade on Root or anything, but I think they had to downside their team house. Maybe I think they're in a smaller place now. I mean, sure, if that's what Kat's if that's his prerogative, then of course he can do what he wants with his team. But I'm not sure that method is like sustainable in the long term, especially for StarCraft, which is you know, a smaller esport now. And then when you look at now they have Hero, right? And then when you look at players like the big Koreans, when you think of them like Hero, you don't think of Root Hero. You just think of Hero, like or Liquid Hero. You know,
yeah. I think of either of them, but yeah, I'm like, which spelling? Who are we talking about? But yeah,
we're talking about
is still Liquid or CJ.
Yeah, we're talking about the Korean, yeah,
you know.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, when you look at other pro scenes like CS:GO, League of Legends, and you listen to what their managers are talking about, their owners, the bottom line is always sponsors. That's literally everything they do is to either get new sponsors, increase their current sponsorship deals. Everything revolves around sponsorships and money. Like the result, the team results and the players that they get is all just the means to getting more sponsors or more money.
Right.
And then when you look at StarCraft, I feel like getting, you know, Korean players is not accomplishing that goal. And I don't know. Again, I'm just being a dead horse, but I personally just don't see that as sustainable in terms of keeping a team running, like money-wise.
Right.
Psystorm has been pretty public as well with like the difficulties they had getting True over here. Like it took them like months. I don't remember how many months, but like upwards of 6, I think, and a few $1,000s to get True's visa. So I mean, like, there's another investment on top of that. Like it's not even an immediate thing. It's a long process to get that sorted out.
Well, I think bringing them here though, and like having them be here like a Polt or a Hydra or like a True, that's a little bit different than just sponsoring like what they're doing with Gumiho. Like Gumiho has no intentions of coming to the U.S. Like he is on Psystorm in Korea. He's gonna stay in, you know, WCS Korea. He's not gonna play anything else. Like he's just gonna do that. So it's a little bit different, you know, because it's like, yeah, like he's on our team, but you almost look like it's almost like that if you're a foreign team and you own a Korean like that, it's like they are a merc, right? Because like it's like, yeah, they play for our team, but
absolutely,
but they're in that league. Whereas like True like is in like the house, like he's there, like it's different. It's just
True's like a Bolt sort of. He's
it's not
more accepted as because he's come over to the U.S.
Yeah, it's just not the same thing. So and yeah, but like you guys both said, it says like it depends on like what you think you're gonna get out of it, and like what is your end goal? Like if your end goal is to make money, then sure, like maybe sign him to a contract where like you get a percentage of his winnings because you help them out or something. Like maybe then, or yeah, like it puts you on the map because hey, like here's like let's say someone who's someone that's pretty well, like okay, Hush, right? Let's say Hush won. Like, he gets in through the next GSL, right? He wins fucking GSL. Okay, well, that's the first time. He pretty much went from, like, pretty much only being known within, like, I would say, like, the mainstream StarCraft 2 community, like, the people that, you know, keep up to date with a lot of things, to being more known by just even the casual players that follow the pro scene, right? But let's say that then he wins BlizzCon, right? Now that's like literally like putting dust on the map, though. Like unlikely, sure. But I'm just saying, like then it's like holy shit, like he plays for Dust. And all of a sudden people want to buy Dust stuff. Like they're really interested in like what this is all about. You know, like other companies like holy shit, you know this guy won. You know, like they're approaching him. You know, for different contracts, different sponsorships. You know, so again, unlikely, but I'm just using that as an example.
Mm-hmm.
So. But yeah, it just depends on like what is your end goal with it, and like you said, is it worth it? You know, for the most part, for who's available right now, yeah, I agree. Like it's probably not. You know, like yeah, maybe like you could get like innovation for like a month, but like what happened?
It'd be a nice thing to put on your record, like our team had innovation.
Yeah, it's on his Wikipedia.
It only cost us $2,000 for that month, but.
Right.
You know.
I mean, we entertained the idea when Kespa announced they were shutting down, right? And all the teams were like, "Oh, hey, we entertained it. We looked into it. We got some unofficial like quotes and stuff, and it didn't seem like a worthwhile investment."
No, I mean even we did it as a show, kind of like what Base Trade did. Even we were like, should we like just sponsor someone like to help us out because like it's still getting our name out, and like for that now that's a little bit different. But see now that could have definitely worked in our favor for like an advertising thing. Like, it's like, okay, well, you know, because we were thinking about with Leenock, it's like, okay, well, Leenock plays for Dang Shrine. What the fuck is that? Then all of a sudden people are like looking like, oh, it's a show. Yeah. Like, well, I'll have to turn into the show because apparently Leenock's, you know, they sponsor him. So that's a little bit different, but, you know, you can still see that how that could have like have been interesting, at least to like toy around with that idea. Obviously, we never did that, but we thought about it. I was literally like thinking about picking up like a second full time job to do that.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yep, but cooler heads prevailed, because that would not have been a good idea. Because then he stayed up all night and got kicked out of GSL.
Yeah, dodged the bullet there.
Yeah, at least for right now, it wasn't that bad.
It was a little bit too dank.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah. So other than that, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder on that. Did you have any other points you wanted to talk about as far as that? Either of you?
Oh,
Nothing on my end.
Okay.
I mean, maybe the last thought I have is just like Koreans in general are like really bad at self-promotion, right? Like in terms of streaming, putting out content, even when they're on a team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you think if they're on a team, the team could be like, oh, we need to. This is our chance. We can use this guy, do interviews with him, do funny stuff, make YouTube videos. But you just still don't see that, even with Koreans on a few European teams now.
Yeah.
And even like in Root, you don't see any 20 questions of Hero or some funny.
I think honestly the best. Well, besides like innovation and stuff, but that's the name, right? Like the name like propels him. So like when he streams, he'll automatically get that crowd.
Innovation is obviously he's done it well.
Yeah.
So.
But I would say honestly, one of the more successful personal streamers that's on a team is Revolution Hero. I mean, he's getting about like 200 to 300 people per day, and I know he's doing pretty well as far as like donations go. Like he's hitting like these like 100 and 150 goals like each day.
Yeah, that's good.
So he's doing like really well for himself, but it's also because he's consistent and he plays for a really long time. Like, and part of that's because he's trying to get back into form, so he wants to play.
And he's got that Liquid branding.
Exactly.
Well,
Liquid is one of the teams who did a great job at of branding, like making their Koreans like more interactive with the community.
Yeah.
So he has a fan base from before.
Yeah, well that, and then and the other thing too is Hero speaks good English, so you can talk to him.
Yep.
So like, and obviously he's a super cool guy, but like it's ridiculous like how much people like enjoy watching him, because like on a lot of his, like I've been on his streams like because I watch him like when I'm at work, right, and I'll tune in and he'll be eating lunch, and people will just be talking to him as he's eating lunch. And he's just like one of the cool things that he did though is that he's eating lunch. He's like, "Hey, do you guys want to see some pictures?" So he pulled up like his an old photo album man on his computer, and he was like going through pictures like of him in like high school and stuff, and like him like when he first joined Liquid. It was like super cool. It's like, dude, like no one's seen these. Like this is
that's
like,
what people want. They just want to know their favorite player better.
I know. You should have seen Gemini. He was geeking out hard.
Oh God!
He was like, "Oh God, go back! Oh, I gotta see that picture."
That's kind of.
I've never seen it.
No offense to Gemini,
but it's Gemini, so like
I was going to Gemini.
Makes sense. But no, it's super cool. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But like I said, I just think he's doing like a good job. Like when it does come to that, and like others can like take note of that. Like Pet was kind of doing the same thing, but he kind of fell off as of late, and I think it's because he has like he had told me like he's got this girlfriend and she's like mad that he's like always on the computer. So I think he's like trying to juggle right now, where he's like, I don't know what I'm like. Am I still trying to like be a pro gamer? Or am I like trying to like have a girlfriend? Like, Pat, make the right choice. StarCraft is more important.
Yeah, of course.
It definitely is. Look at Hydra, man. You can do both eventually, but you gotta win some.
Gotta win first.
Yeah, exactly. Don't screw this up here. but yeah, like I said, that's kind of all I had. And again, do either of you guys have any other topics you want to bring up? That's
Nothing
kind of
from me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it was great having you both on. I know this isn't exactly what we had planned, but we'll look forward to that for the next time.
Yeah, can we please reschedule the Ricky episode?
Yep. We'll reschedule. We'll reschedule the Ricky episode with Penguin, because all
right.
I like just those two, like getting them in like the same place is just gonna be lit. So look forward to that. Do you guys want to give any shout outs for anyone or for anything?
You first.
All right. Let's shout out to my team. Follow us on Twitter at Rival Gaming Pro. Follow me at Kaboosh SC on Twitter. And yeah, thanks for having me on. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, definitely. Trav?
I guess just for me, shout out to Sloth Esports. Go check him out on Twitter. You can follow us, Sloth Esports Club, Sloth_Pro. That's pretty much it. Shout out to Stefan.
What about Cam Kerr?
I don't know who that is.
Dude, he's got the knife. He's coming in.
He's gonna murder you again.
No, he is. Turn around. Like,
I'm not vulnerable. I can see myself. Shout out to all the players. Game time, if you're watching. Game time. Oh, game time. He retired.
God time.
He's a professional puzzle guy now. He makes puzzles.
Puzzle pirates?
Yeah. No, like physical puzzles.
Oh.
His power went out in Detroit. His power went out for 3 days. 3 days.
So he made puzzles.
And every morning he's like, "Yo, man, my power's still out." And then he just sent me one day. He just sent me this picture of this like 500-piece puzzle he made, and he's like, "But I'm getting really good at puzzles now." I'm like, "Oh my god." It's just crazy.
I love it.
So,
shout out to him. I'll give a shout out to our sponsor at Sloth Esports. So thank those guys.
Nice.
They help us out. They give us some stuff. We raffled off all our mouse pads, and I've gotten a couple of them. The people who have gotten them, and they like them a lot. So it's been really cool. Shout out to everyone who watched and to followed today. That was really awesome. Appreciate it. If you haven't, think about doing it. We're live 3 days a week now. So on Tuesdays we do Dank Game Night. So it's just team games. That's all we do. You come in, we play 4v4s, we dick around and we talk and we drink. It's just a good time. Like what
you play with your viewers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone can do this. Anyone can join. We play with everyone. We just rotate out. Like if there's more people, we just rotate out games. But super fun. Just chill, lay back. We just all get in a big group call in the Discord. We just hang out. It's just super fun. Because, what else you can do on Tuesday night? What else do you have to do, right? So helps break it up. Then Wednesday nights, as you guys know, we got the Dank Shrine. This next week's guest, we're not 100% nailed down. Could be TY. Could be Stats. We're not. If Stats loses, he's already agreed to come on. So Stats will come on if he loses on Friday. Then Stats will be the guest. Otherwise, we're still working on TY to talk to him on IEM and stuff, and we're working in general. We've already got Zest to agree to come on at some point. We're waiting for him to get his stream set up because he wants to be able to give out his stream to everyone. He wants more fans, so he wants to wait until he's established. So Zest is going to come on. Innovations agreed to come back on. Sue's agreed to come back on. So all these, all the top level guys. And then at the end of this month, we got In Control. So we'll have In Control on, just kind of talk about what his plans are, and I know he kind of has his own stream and stuff, but I just want to see what his plans are within StarCraft, because obviously he's more of a streaming personality now, but he still does commentating, so I would like to kind of get his view on anything. I feel like we haven't had a public, In Control thing for a while, and obviously he's a great StarCraft mind. He's someone who's always great to talk to, and I kind of want to pick his brain about the show to see how I can improve the show, because obviously he's been on so many of them. So hopefully he tells me we're doing a good job and not dude, this is a piece of shit. Please stop. So I'm hoping for the opposite of that. And then Thursdays we're live with this. So Toast Talks isn't necessarily an every week thing. If I can put something together, if there's enough things to talk about, it will definitely happen. But the whole point of it is we're going to have two different sides of it. There's the round tables, is what we did today. We kind of just have an open discussion with different people. Otherwise, it's for people in the StarCraft 2 community that don't always get noticed, right? So it would be people like Stefan, like Ricky, who's a face of the thing, but they're not obviously they don't have a lot of their own content, or C-Tone from Gauntlet, who owns and runs Gauntlet, people like that, or map makers, right? I would love to talk to whoever made Nexus Wars, shit like that, other people that are important to the StarCraft 2 community. Actually, who might even be a good one is Falcon Paladin, right? He does his YouTube cast.
Yeah.
That would be someone that would be a great person to have on Toast Talks. So people like that, just in general. So again, we're live 3 days a week. I fucking will talk way too much. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. We'll see you live next Tuesday for game night. Just swing on by, play with us. It's going to be a good time, and we'll see you next time. All right. Bye.
So.